Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life, and I was asked a very interesting question that I wanted to respond to with a video because typing out the response would have been way too long. So I gathered some information, and here we go. The question that I was asked is, where do I see all four carriers in the next 4 years? Now, one thing that I wanted to point out is this graph. I do not have the updated graph yet with T-Mobile's new spectrum on it. But what I do see in the next 4 years being less of an issue is spectrum. Both AT&T and Verizon are trying to gobble up all the higher band spectrum, the 29 and the 39 gigahertz, preparing for 5G. As Sprint currently is still claiming that they have the most amount of spectrum, that will go away over time. T-Mobile is catching up on the low band, and Verizon and AT&T are catching up on the high band. So spectrum is going to be less and less of an issue. Also, with the densification, it is going to make spectrum less and less of an issue in the next 4 years. Now, with that said, the higher band, as I mentioned, the 39 and the 29 gigahertz, is going to require a much higher investment. They're going to have to place towers literally everywhere. Everywhere you go inside of a building, a popular stadium, whether you want to watch a game or anything like that, they're going to have to place more and more antennas around for you to be able to pick up that higher frequency. I know people and friends right now that can't even pick up 5 gigahertz on the other end of their house on the Wi-Fi. So I know for a fact that this is going to require a very densely network, unimaginably dense network. My buddy, he had a 5 gigahertz network inside of his house, Wi-Fi. He had to put a Wi-Fi extender inside the home so the signal can reach out to the other end of the home. So I know carriers are going to have a tough time getting that signal everywhere. So right now, the 2.5 that Sprint is using with the HPUE makes the most sense because they own the license, they are rolling it out, and they have this technology implemented. But also Sprint has to densify more and get this on more towers for it to be really effective in the future. So that's one point that I do see. The next one is I do see T-Mobile getting a lot more competitive on a nationwide scale with LTE coverage. As you see here, all those red spots, T-Mobile didn't have any low band spectrum, which is now not the case anymore with the 600 megahertz. They will plug in all those red spots with low band spectrum, and most of it is wideband LTE as well. So they can do it on the 15 by 15 or 20 by 20 in a lot of these areas and achieve theoretical speeds of 112 megabits per second on the 15 by 15 and 150 on the 20 by 20. So that's going to be a game changer for T-Mobile. They're going to be able to add stores and endure growth in these markets. So that is going to be a night and day difference for T-Mobile in these markets. Also, in the next 4 years, I do see Sprint expanding coverage bit by bit, not necessarily going on a rampage like T-Mobile, but they do have nationwide band 26. Those few red dots that you see on there, those could be filled in with native PCS coverage 1900. They have band 26 everywhere. They just need to get it rolled out. And as you can see, they have just about 100% of the United States covered with their band 26. Now it is a lower bandwidth, but they can, with proper funding, they can expand coverage to the entire United States as well with their band 26. And I see a little bit more happening each year in the next 4 years as well. Also, I do see capital investment going up. It has to, as far as carriers having to invest more in certain sections of the business. So like Verizon right now, their capital is about 16 billion. So a little of that is going towards small cells, a little of that is going towards towers, and T-Mobile is doing the same. But now with the 600, their capital investment, I think, has to go up. I know it probably won't, but I think it must. so they can, we're going to throw this money towards expansion. We're going to use a little bit of that money towards this. And AT&T is doing the same, but they also have a wireless, a media side that they have to fund, the DirecTV and all that other stuff, the Uverse. So part of their capex is going towards that as well. I do see that going up in the next 4 years, and I do see consumer rates also going up. If T-Mobile continues to growth like they have been, they get into these new markets, they're going to have to start charging more sooner or later. It's going to have to happen. They're going to have to start maintaining more towers. The stores that are being built cost money. The employees that are getting put in the store, their overhead is going to be, at the amount where Verizon and AT&T are at right now with the lower customer base. So that means lower revenue. So they're going to have to increase the revenue by increasing pricing. That's what I was talking to my buddy about the other day. T-Mobile right now is trying to operate a similar business like a Verizon and an AT&T structure with less revenue. So eventually customers are going to have to pay for it sooner or later. So I also see that happening in the next 4 years as we head into 5G. Next, Sprint's HPUE is going to be very important on their network. And as more devices get it, you have a much pleasant experience on HPUE when 2.5 can extend more, and you get it inside your office, and wherever you go inside of buildings, you get a much better overall experience on the network being connected to 2.5, or, well, you're not going to have a good experience being on band 25 or band 26 as you would on these bands. So I do see Sprint really stressing HPUE, and in the next 4 years, I see that technology being on every single device that's available for Sprint. So that's definitely another thing that I wanted to point out. And then one more, I do see Sprint being able in the next 4 years to control their debt a bit more, pay it down. And I do see, if they don't merge with anyone, I do see at a point that SoftBank absorbs some of the debt as well and helps out Sprint in that way. I do see that as far as their cost structure, that would make the most sense if they stay a standalone company. So I also see that happening. They're being able to control their debt a bit more in the next 4 years. So that was all for the video. Let me know your comments and your opinions in the comment section down below. I just wanted to make this response. I thought it was better this way, turning it into a video, giving you guys some additional info that I gathered up. Some of this is from past videos as well. And let me know your comments and opinions in the comment section down below. Give these videos a thumbs up. It keeps me motivated, keeps me going. Like, share, subscribe. This is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.